ladies and gentlemen. All right, Facebook Live on this lovely, what is today? The 22nd or 22nd of July. All right, and we love from the lovely state of Arizona, from the North Scottsdale office, we have Peggy and Eilise Sala. Welcome to the show. As you can hear, the studio audience goes crazy. And I love the fact that you have Muhammad Ali behind you. It's perfect.
I know.
All right.
I've had that since high
Let's
school.
start off by tell them a little about yourself and all that good stuff, please.
All right. Who goes first? All right. All right. So I've been in real estate for 32 years, which I hate to say because it makes me sound ancient, but it is. Since 1995, I started out in Illinois, outside of Chicago, about an hour out, and worked that market, which I grew up in. I knew the area. I knew every house, every person. So it was a real fun area to work. I knew everybody. I worked there for about 20 some years and kept coming out to Arizona because my son went to ASU. So that got us out here a lot, and I wanted to get my real estate license here, which I'm glad I did because this is just such a fun market. It's so exciting. Great people, incredible homes, and a lot of energy. So that's where I come in. I got in real estate, loved it, never stopped. And now I'm working with my daughter in Scottsdale, which I'll probably never stop now. It's exciting. Lots to do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, Eilise, how about you? Give us a little, when did you come into the picture and all that good stuff?
So, okay, I have been in the industry 8 years. I lose track. I'm like 8 or 9 years. 2018, I got into this. And I did grow up from the time I was 6 years old, following her around. Mm-hmm. And everybody my whole life would be like, oh, are you going to get into real estate like your mom? You're going to be a realtor? And I hated that question. I was like, no, absolutely not. I walked the beat of my own drum. I just was like, I've got my own path. I'm not following anybody. But I moved out here in 2012 from Illinois, and I kind of was like all over the board, didn't really know what I wanted to do. I actually went to Aveda, I don't even know if you know this, and got my esthetician license, and then got my laser tech license, and I was doing medical aesthetics for a couple years. And I did not like it. It was not for me. It was like just hourly, very repetitive. So I went back to restaurant industry, which was actually the best thing I did, because that, looking back now, began my journey of like everybody that I met, which led to the next situations. But I ended up then bartending, serving, all that for years. And I was managing a bar in Old Town for like 5.5 years. And I was, living the life. It was a lot of fun, but I was definitely not, I just wanted to do more. I was surrounded by like both my brothers. One's in commercial real estate, finance degree. My other brother's economics degree. He was doing gold commodities. That was not my vibe at all, but I was like, what do I want to do? So real estate did keep coming back in the picture for me. And I actually, it was when she got licensed out here that I met Donna Belgram. So she was a big influence for me. Anybody that worked under Donna knows her. She's like very motherly, and that was a huge help. So even when my mom was back in Illinois working, that was kind of like that was my push. But when I started though, I was honestly like all over the board with, like, once I got into real estate, I was taking like every class we offered, going to every networking event. I was doing floor time constantly. I was in the office a lot, and I was just like spread everywhere. I was door knocking, all of it. Still was kind of just like not sure what I wanted to do though, like my niche, all that. And so, I'm trying to think of how I started. I actually considered joining a team, but then also I was like, I knew that I wanted to be my own brand as well. So I kind of like struggled for a couple of years, I would say. I did coaching with you, though. I took your, success series a few times, which is awesome.
You took it a few times, but So it took you guys a little while to gel together, but the last few years you guys have really gelled together well.
Yeah.
Well, part of that too, because I was dual licensed in Illinois for a long time. So I was jumping between the two markets, and that was a little hard because I had to decide which market I wanted to really focus on. So once we really focused, it's just
Yeah.
it falls together real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first couple years into it, I mean, I was very fortunate because I had her, but I mean, I thought getting into real estate was going to be like, oh, piece of cake. I grew up with it. No, it was not at all. I had to start from scratch completely. And I was like, this is not what I expected it was going to be. And so, but yeah, she came out in 2020. I think it was like after COVID, I guess, that she just,
full time.
yeah, decided to put her energy fully out here.
Yeah. No, I remember
Yeah.
that. That's great. That's awesome. And you guys have been in my coaching now for a little while as well. And
Yeah.
I would say last year and the year before, but mostly last year was the year that you guys really like were on the map, and you know your business was doing really well. This year you guys are going to beat last year as well. You're up there in the top 12 or whatever it is for teams in Arizona. So you guys are doing really well. What do you think? Like what was it? When did it start to click for the two of you? Take us through that, please.
So, what do you think?
Well, I mean, okay, so I guess that I know like with myself, I had a lot of learning that I still had to do with just even like my personal self, I guess, like we were still, I mean, we work really well together. We're both like, we're very much the same person, but we're also like night and day, realistically. Like,
Well, I'll give a
That's
little credit
amazing.
to Rick. I'll give a little credit to Rick because we've done a couple reboot classes with you, and I think
Yeah.
agents do need to reboot. You learn at one time. It's a constant learning. It's a constant. You have to just get your energy up every day, and having a
Yeah.
coach does a lot of that. Once we really focus together, our market has been very flat for about 4.5 years, almost 5 years. It's been very flat. I think we're planning to really have a strong year, and we're getting prepared for it. So we're working because we
I'm not
know
gonna say it's
the
been
market is
flat.
yeah, it's been a hard market.
It is. It's hard. I mean, I would say just, I mean, it's like all the stuff that you teach us. Really, I just actually saw one of your videos the other day about that. It's like what did you say? It's like it's part mindset and part action as well. It's both. And that's something for me personally, like, and this doesn't go for everybody, but I'm just like, not, I mean, even she's not like this, but I'm somebody that if I'm not consistently going to the gym, consistently listening to some sort of like motivational podcast or Audible, I say Audible because I have extreme ADD, so it's easier for me to listen to Audibles. But I mean, I
Love
need
Audible.
something. Yeah, I know, I love them. I need something to constantly keep me daily motivated. It's not, and that's not everybody. Everybody has their own different ways of going about things, but that's something that I know, like, it starts for me, like, always. That's the stem of everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I always say this, they say it's like a military thing where first thing you do in the morning, make your bed because that dictates the rest of your day. And it's just, so I'm very
So
much
true.
like that's for sure where I have to do a lot of like internal focus to then
Well, I think we try to
sleep.
fight it because we say to ourselves I should be motivated every day, and no, it's like going to the gym, right? If you want to stay in shape, you don't go to the gym once a year. You go to the gym a few times a week, or if you're crazy like me, every day. What
Yeah.
That's how you stay in shape. You brush your teeth every day. You take a shower every day. Well, you got to do a mindset drill every day too. It only makes sense if
Mhm.
you think about it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, and I'm no 5 a.m. club or anything like that. I would probably more like the 6 a.m. club, but
That's right.
but yeah, no, that's a definite. I think that's a real thing for me personally. But yeah, so I guess that kind of, I don't know. I think that we've just
I think everybody has their own
learned that.
strength, and once you know your
Yeah.
strengths, then you can
Yeah.
pair together. I know where
Right.
Elise has the energy and the technology, and she's got a lot of strengths, and I know where mine are. So when we put that together, we're dynamite. We can
Yeah,
do a lot together.
you are.
Yeah.
Well, tell them a little about that. Like, Peggy, you're doing a YouTube channel, and it's going to be focused on one thing, and then Elise. So take them through that. And I'm going to tell you, I love your social media content right now. I think it's great. Keep it going. But
It's
so,
so
Peggy, tell them.
hard. Well, it's so hard because you hate to see yourself. It's like I look
Right.
at myself, I go, is that how I sound?
Oh my
Or
gosh.
oh my gosh, is that how bad hair day? Whatever. It's hard, but I can get past that because nobody really cares. I mean, really,
No,
at the
they
end of the
don't.
day, nobody cares. I have a message, so the message is what I really want to portray on my YouTube, and that is really guiding people. I'm out here in the Scottsdale market. It's number three, number two in the country now for retirement. So I'm dealing with a lot of people like my own age group. So you're 60 something in Scottsdale, and they're coming out here. It's a second home or maybe a third home, or they're just retiring. This is the final dream home, and it's fun to work with those people and really guide them.
She's
Yes.
the SRES too
Well,
certification.
and
Yeah.
yeah, you work with seniors, which is a whole different mindset and market. The other thing I like to do is I help a lot of people with estates and downsizing. And I've done a lot of estates, and estates are a lot of work because people, the seller is overwhelmed. They need a lot of help, a lot of guidance, and I think just the education of that to help them is what I enjoy doing, and that's where the YouTube channel comes in. So I just like to give
Yeah.
a lot of guidance and advice that way, and then some stories because everybody wants to. They want to relate. Like, how did you do it? How did it
Right.
go for you when you retired? How did that go for you? Did you
Right.
miss retirement? Are you happy? Just so it's a fun thing that I'm doing with that.
Yeah.
Right. And working with
Wow.
your daughter's got to be if you're going to if you're going to come out of retirement for something, working with your daughter probably. And by the way, I just have to make the comment. Your hair, both your hair looks great today, especially like you guys have. You guys have a hair. I never have a bad hair day, but you
Oh
guys
my
have a
gosh.
hair. You guys both have hair do's. I have a hair don't. My hair don't do anything every day, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. No
But
one's
I know.
looking at your hair.
I know nobody
You're shocked
cares.
to not see me in a hat. I'm sure that's my go-to.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just got rid of it because it was a smart thing to do. But anyway,
I
I love that
easier.
name. I love that name. 60 something in Scottsdale. It sounds like a great show.
It's fun because everybody that comes out here, they're 60 something. They're coming out
Yeah.
here, they're looking to retire, they're planning to retire, they're doing the early home, and then later they're going to whatever. And it's just kind of a point in life where people want to take time and figure out what's the next chapter. So when
Yeah.
I talk to everybody, I swear, how old are you? 60 something, like 60, 62, and they think they're old. They're not.
No.
60 today is like 50.
Right.
70
I
is
agree.
like
Yeah. I
60.
mean,
People are younger in retirement now. They're very
Yeah.
vivacious, they're outgoing, they're golfing, they're hiking, they're doing things. There's activity,
Especially in
and that's
Scottsdale.
that's what we
yeah.
have
Yeah.
here. And 300 plus days of sunshine. So people are coming out here to enjoy life. So it's a fun age group to work with.
And would you agree? Like I always used to tell my family, because I'm from right outside of Boston, and you guys are from right outside of Chicago. An East Coast, an East Coast 65 is different than a West Coast 65.
65 out here, people come out to enjoy life. They're coming
Right.
out to do something. They're not coming out here to just sit around and retire and watch TV.
Right.
They are very,
Yeah.
very active adults. They're looking
Yeah.
for, an enjoyable life. And
Yeah.
the healthy energy here keeps people young. When
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
outside, you're active, you've got sunshine, very positive energy. And I think people stay young with that.
Yeah.
They do. They do. And that's part of your combination, you two. The two of you, you both, experience, energy. You guys have a little of everything. And I love what you're doing as far as the YouTube channel and your social media. And then Elise, tell them a little bit about yours, because I think yours has been really different lately. And I think it was a little uncomfortable for you at first, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It really was, which I know I always say people would probably be very surprised to know this, but that's like not my go-to. I don't actually like being on camera. I always say, if you watch any of my social media stuff, I say I'm an introvert. I really am, but I walk into a room and talk to everybody as well. So I don't know what you call that, but we ended up hiring a social media coach, Buck Weiss. He's been awesome.
That's great.
We're like 3 months in with him, and found him through Fidelity, an event we went to of his. But that is probably the best thing that I'd say we did, because the amount of time that we've wasted, or not time, but money that we've wasted over the years trying to do like just marketing and different things and trying everything out there. And I know it's like one of those, I'm very controlling with like our marketing and what like the image that we have and all that. That's something that I personally, I'm like careful who I just let, do my stuff. And so, but that's also a big, takes up so much of your time. It's really time consuming. And I'll make, videos or different things that are awesome, but then I don't do another one for months or whatever. And so I think like learning to delegate different tasks obviously that's a no. I mean, you've been saying that forever to us.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally did that, got the social media guy, he's got a whole team. And so everything, the videos that are being put out, he's like coaching me as well, like confidence wise. That's been a big thing. He's like just getting myself on camera. And I'm doing this American Dream TV show thing. And so that was kind of like leading up to that. He's really just coaching me to get myself out there as well. Like on just not be afraid of, I'm a very private person typically. And so he's big on like branding yourself and how do you get people to know your image without, overdoing it, I guess. But so that's, they're pushing me to do these videos, and every time I see one drop, I'm like, oh geez, what is this now?
They're great.
They are great. My favorites are the ones where you just get honest, like about the Italian food or Italian woman from Chicago with your baseball cap on. I like the ones where you're just getting real with people, and obviously the real estate ones are great too. But you got to have a mix in order to achieve it. And you really, you guys have really just gotten started on that routine. You got some good stuff going, but it takes a while to gel, just like prospecting, just like active open houses. It takes a while to gel, and you guys are well into that process.
Well, and every time I listen to myself on a video, I'm like, oh my gosh, how many times I say so, or, and all, but that's, again, comes back to the drunk monkey that you talk about. And even just like our coaching call we had on Monday, you motivated me, that coaching call, you kind of like got me back. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Push myself again. And so I definitely need that. I think a lot of people, that's just been a big help. But so,
it's good every once in a while when I have you guys individually, like for a call. Like, 2 calls ago, it was just Peggy. And then this week it was just, sometimes it's good because you guys see it a little differently too, which is great. That's what makes it great. I just want you to remember that, some people think I wake up in the morning and I look at myself in the mirror while I'm shaving and go, can't wait to do a video with you today, big guy. I don't do that. I don't like the way I look either. I make fun of myself. I always look at my forehead, looks like a Shar-Pei dog. But you know what? I do them every day because they work, they're good, and eventually you just get over it. You go, you know what? That's what I look like. That's what I sound like. You always sound different to yourself because you're listening to yourself through your body. It sounds bassier. And then you hear yourself and you go, oh my God, I sound so nasally, right? But it's really not. It's what everybody else hears anyway. It's not used to it. You're used to hearing it a little differently. But anyway, before we go here, I got to get into my favorite question. So, you want to be a success in real estate, especially from your standpoint, give them your top 3, or maybe you guys could even give 2 each. Let's start with you, Peggy. What do you think? If I want to be successful in real estate, give me a real important point.
Treat your business like a business. Real estate is a business, and I've never had to worry too much about the money side of it and investing because my husband handled all of that. So, but I should have been more serious as a business, and
Right.
and I enjoy what I'm doing, but operate it like you have running a company, and invest in yourself, invest in other properties. You're seeing these great homes. Maybe pick up one or couple here and there and invest in them, and work your business more serious.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, treat it like a real business. That's such a big point. That's why I got into business when I was in college, because, at least like you're young and energetic. When I started the business, I was 20. My first full time year, I was 20. The closest person in age to me in my office was 42, right? So
Yeah.
literally everybody in my office was twice my age or more. So today it's a lot different. And that's why I got into it. I'm like, nobody treats this like a real business. It's like the amount of money
Yeah.
you can make, the upside versus the education that you need, like a doctor, a lawyer, a CPA, takes so much more time and money. In real estate, you can jump in and learn while you earn.
Yeah, I commend you for getting in early on like that. And I mean, that's when I see younger people that are starting now and they're just like rolling. I'm like, good for you, because that took me years of maturing to. That's why you probably saw the video that they put out for me about. I'm like, I think things are given to you, and or they fall in place for you in life when you're ready to finally receive them. It's not.
Yeah.
I think if I would have tried this early on, who knows where I'd be. But I got into it at the right time when I was finally had the mindset for it. Because I think, it's definitely a lot of mindset for sure.
No doubt.
So,
Well, and
Right,
that would
Jim,
be
one of
my
your
other.
points too. Yes.
The other
Go
advice I
ahead.
have is simply, this is, it's a mindset. And so if you're not positive, your business is not going to succeed. You have to be the most positive, upbeat person in the room, and
Yep.
especially with your clients. If you have a seller who's saying, "Oh my God, my house is never going to sell," well, you need to step in and go, "Yes, it is, and this is how we're
Yeah.
going to do it."
Yeah.
And you need to take
Good
charge.
point.
So
Yeah.
you need to be the best person in the room. Make it happen. You have to take charge. Be positive.
yeah, I think that can block energy a lot of times. We plant a lot of St. Joe statues as well at our at our listings, but
Totally believe in this.
I do. I'm a big believer of energy can be blocked, and it's like, why is this not working? What's happening here? That's why I say, the mindset things.
Yeah, and that's
That's
when if you have a
everything.
seller saying, "Oh my God, this house won't sell," I about slap them. I'm like,
I know it's
Right.
do not say that. Do not say
Now
that.
let's
You have to. Yes.
Now, just for proper application of the St. Joseph statue, my understanding is that it has to be like a foot in the ground, upside down, facing the house. Is that correct?
No, not really. It really.
well, I don't know. That's it. I should know
Some
that.
people think that. I think it's all about. There's a lot of power in prayer, so I do believe in that,
Right.
and it's an energy. So I tell people, hey, we're putting St. Joseph to work today. He's doing his job. Let's go. So it doesn't matter how you put him. It's the thought. It's the prayer. It's like, yeah, let's do this together.
Yeah.
I love it. It's the energy too. I love that word energy because I think it's really
Yeah.
big. I would even call it karmic energy. When you're doing and saying and acting the right way, you attract. And Elise said it earlier, and you said it, Peggy, too. Both differently. When you act a certain way, you attract what you're looking for, and when you act repelling, you repel what you're saying
Yeah.
you're looking for. So, all right. Well, perfect timing. All right, guys. Awesome. I just want to say any final words you want to leave these lovely people with today?
Yeah.
Just same thing that you always tell everybody, which it's so basic. Keep it simple. That's really what it comes down to. I think the formula is very simple. It's not easy. That doesn't mean it's easy. It's simple. Just what you said about the energy as well. Where your energy, how does it go? Where your energy goes, that's where
Energy.
where your attention goes, energy flows. That's what it is.
Right. Where your focus goes, energy flows. It's so true. And look at the guy. And the guy behind you is the perfect example.
No,
Yes.
I tell people, get up, show up, get dressed, get ready, and start your day
Just
focused. And
stop trying to be like everybody else as well. Just focus on yourself. So cliche, but truly, just what works for you is not going to work for everybody else. So I think just you got to figure that out. However you have to do that. But starts from.
We all had
Awesome,
great
ladies.
opportunities. All
Well,
right,
awesome,
thank you,
ladies. I
Rick.
just want to say thank you very much for taking your time out today. This was completely awesome. I'm sure a bunch of people got some nuggets out of this, and we'll be blasting it out everywhere. So you guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thanks,
Thanks,
Paul.
Ray. All right, see you
Thanks.
soon.